Hey, good day. Hope you guys are doing well. My name is Mohammed Khasim, and this is my first talk show. What I thought, let me go live and decide what about the current situation. So I indeed planned this a month before about the current situation, what exactly is happening due to COVID-19 pandemic across different industries. I thought let me go live and help people how things are getting how things are getting affected for professionals. So I indeed why exactly I decided to do this webinar. The reason behind I started getting pings from multiple people that okay somebody have lost the job and somebody are looking for a job change and somebody are really frustrated on the current situation, and some people said that the role have become redundant and they wanted to shift a job, and in order to get a job what exactly they have to do. And indeed it was a more and more request from a freshers that they have completed their graduation and they're looking for a job, and once they write an email to a HR or they are attending any interview, virtual interviews, and they said that they're looking out for a job, the HRs used to reject, stating that we are not hiring any experienced people. So this is my, let me go ahead and share my screen, and I will just share the screen and see, okay, this is me where I'm a entrepreneur, I'm an influencer and a speaker. I do my talk shows with many companies, and this is my first official talk show, what I've decided. So this is my first PPT, how people are losing the job in current pandemic, where people are more afraid. Wherever you go, there are no hiring. And people tell that due to COVID-19, we have shut down our business into multiple profiles. Companies like Victoria's Secret, Reebok, Puma, and many startups, startup like a Cult, which had a huge funding, a QFIT, where they have also cut down many jobs and they have asked people to resign. So this is more into how people are losing the jobs in current pandemic. So let me tell, this is a slide what I have prepared. 19 million salaried people lost their job during COVID-19. Okay, this is something which is more and more surprising, and this is the data what I have picked is a data uh, just within India. 18.9 million, which is 1.89 crore salaried people have lost their job in India since April. While salaried jobs are not easily once lost, they're also more difficult to retrieve. For example, people are working with some XYZ organization and they have lost their job. Now getting a job, it will be a balloon numbers as the source of a worry. People are worried, okay, once they lose their job, how they can get the job. And also there was an article which was released recently where people tell that under Atal Bhima Kalyan Yojana, the government gave 25% of monthly salary as unemployed benefit for 3 months, where I feel this is just a false information. Indeed, if they're paying, I'm not sure to whom they are paying. And in textile sector, in particular, the wages bill fell by 29%. A similar trend was witnessed in leather, which recorded over 22% fall in its wages bill in June quarter. Textiles and leather are the most labor intensive sectors. Automobiles reported 21% decline in the wages bill. So this is just a generic report what I have got. And going to next slide, more than 20,000 people lost the job in COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, so this is a monthly data. Every month, there are more than 20,000 people who are losing the job. You can see the current trend. Okay, let me use my annotation tool. So you can see the trend, okay, how things are working out. Okay, so you can see here in end of Feb, okay, there were no job cuts. Indeed, COVID was affected only in China, where more people lost their job in China. And you can see the figures, which is going high, and high. End of March, this was the figure, and then it's end of April, and then end of May, how the jobs were getting affected, and end of June, you can see, if you can see it, it's more than 25,000 people every month were losing the job. And people are more worried, thinking about career risk in this pandemic. More and more people have lost their job due to some XYZ reasons. This is what something I just wanted to tell. Okay, so just moving to next slide. Okay, the industry was affected by COVID-19 job crisis. A number of unemployment person aged 16 and over in the US. This is some data what I have picked up only from US. This is not a data what I have got from Indian market. This is a data what I have got from US market. You can see the job unemployment cut, hospitality where which is close to 4.86 million, where the unemployment rate is 39%, resale and retail trade cut down 3.22 million, which is 17%. And healthcare, what I believe, I was just thinking that education and healthcare services will never get affected, where I thought this market will definitely go high, but this is more surprising. The education and healthcare services, there's a cut of 2.55 million, which is an employment rate of 11%. Government workers, which is 2.02 million, which is 9%. Manufacturing industries got affected, cut off job of 1.99 million, which is 13%. Professional and business services, which is 1.7%, and unemployment rate is 10%. And construction, which is 1.53 million, 17%. Other services, which is a company like Ola, Uber, this are some extra other services, which 1.42 million people have lost the job. The unemployment rate is 23%. Other industries, if you talk about any other startups, which is 3.21 million, a, a person with no previous work experience and a person who have lost last job was in US Armed Force. The some data what I got from the US market. Let me move to the slide to how employment has affected worldwide. This is a worldwide data. You can see the chart, how it's going up and up. So this is something which is more surprising. Just you can see the data, how it went up. Okay, January everything was fine. The market started. The market became worst in March and April. That's something which is more and more disappointing. And here I go. While many workers are able to work from home and carry out their jobs from safe place, many people are working. Indeed, companies like Facebook, Google, they have given a work from home option till 31st December 2020. People like software engineers, okay, people who are into call centers, tech industries, where they have given a space to their employees and they have given a work from home option where they are supposed to work. Some companies have given a deadline till August 31st. Some companies have given a deadline of 31st October, and some companies have given a deadline of September. And companies like retail and healthcare are forced to risk their life. Okay, there's something where people have to be present. They can't do a business virtually. Companies like Grofers, Big Baskets are doing a virtual business, but companies like other more supermarket, okay, Big Bazaar and DMart, this people who are working with this retails, they are forced to come to the shops and do a business as usual. Okay, a significant portion of population have lost their job due to the business shutdown and mandate lockdown orders. Okay, most of the companies have mandated the lockdown orders. So Bangalore, there was a complete lockdown for 3 months, and then again it was open. Then again Saturday, Sunday it was a curfew. Because of this, many business got affected. Okay, other employed in essential services have continued working as usual, but may face a higher risk of potential exposure to the virus. Our scores for each occupation is based on evaluation the data on 3 physical jobs attributes covered in occupation database. So this is something what I got the data, contact with others, how much does this job require the worker to be contact with other in order to perform. Companies like Swiggy, okay, companies like Uber, Ola, companies like Zomato, physical proximity. To what extent does this job require to work to perform the task? To physical to others, exposure to disease and infection. How often does the job require to expose the hazardous condition? This is something which is more and more people are worried who are working from home, and some people are forced to work from office. Okay, So resume what it takes to make a career shift in pandemic. This is more and more important where people have to change. Many people will switch the job every year. Some people will switch the job every not I can say 3 years once they wanted to move to a different role. Why people do that? As they are not getting a hike in the current organization, and some people are looking for a growth, but there is no career opportunities open, and people feel that okay, it's a right time where they can take a career shift to work with a different company. In this current situation, people are afraid to move to some other company because the market is very tight and people it's not that easy to get a job. So, sixth way to switch career in this pandemic. So this is something what I personally feel. Consider what you know about yourself. This is much important. Like people have to know what are their skill sets, what they can do. Everybody have a different skill set. You have to consider what you can do about yourself. Some people are more passionate about some gaming. Some people are more good in automation. Some people are having a good skill set of paying customer centric soul where they can manage the operations, and some people love to be a people manager. According to that, they can choose the skill set and they have to see okay, this is what I do. It's something not like that okay, people are doing engineering, then they do their MBA and they get into a business development, where I feel which is wrong. They need a proper guidance. Okay, what exactly they have to do. If they have to do the sales job, why did they do engineering? So this is more and more surprising. I've seen more of my family and friends, they do their engineering okay from XYZ background, and they think that okay, we wanted to upgrade, they wanted to do MBA, they wanted to do higher studies. They take a combination of human resource, and some people become HR, some people get into sales profile. Connect with others. What I feel, right, you have to connect with people, okay, where they can guide you what exactly they have to do, okay, what they can do. You have to take advice from your seniors, your team leaders, your managers. If you have some families who are working with good companies into a CXO level decision makers, you have to take advice from them, okay, what exactly they can do. You have to rebrand yourself. How they can rebrand yourself? Okay, you have to upscale yourself. I can just give you a live example of mine. Okay, I'm a BCom graduate. Okay, I completed my graduation in 2009. After that, I started working with IBM India, where I got shortlisted for a vice process where I have to take 130 calls in a day for US and Canadian market. Okay, so that was my job. I have to take calls. It was my daily routine. Every day, log in, take calls, assist customers, reroute them to a right department. That was my job, and I was not liking what exactly I was doing. I was thinking that yeah, I can definitely do well what I can do. So there was an IJP release within IBM internal job posting. There was a process called ERC, Electronic Response Center, where they used to deal with incident management, problem management, and change management. So I was more keen about the skill set, but I was from a BCom background. So my manager told me that the people who are working with ERC, they are from an engineering background and they sound more technical. But you are from a BCom background, it will be very difficult. So I started learning about IPC, incident management, problem management, and I applied for a BJP. By my hard work and having a rapport with my senior management, I got promoted because I was able to crack the interview. And I was working into ITSM, IT service management. This is how I moved my career from non-tech to being a tech. I have rebranded myself, and indeed the next part is improve your skill set. How you can try to improve your skill set. So this is more and more important. You have to see okay which background you are from. Okay, if you are from engineering background, how you can become a data science, how you can learn big data, how you can learn cloud. If you're into HR, you have to think about how we can try to learn about HR analytics, how we can try to be a people manager. And people who are into sales profile, they have to handle okay, currently we are into B2C sales, how we can try to move to B2B sales. And you have to improve your skill set. You have to upgrade yourself by reading blogs, by reading articles, and you have to be realistic. You have to see that okay, whatever you do, you have to be very realistic. If you're into operations and you have lost your job, and somebody's pinging you and HR is pinging you that you have a job opening for a different position which is into BDM, business development manager, I tell people try to be realistic. Don't try to move your profile unless until you don't have a self confidence that okay, this is not a cup of my tea. I am very good in ops. I wanted to be in ops. In order to get promote, I will definitely get promoted in ops, not into sales, because if you're moving to a different profile to a different profile, it will be very difficult. But also Vice versa, if you're really very talented, if you wanted to learn about different skill set and you wanted to see how the different line of business work, how the different COE, which is center of excellence work, that will definitely help you out. So you have to be very realistic. You have to plan for your potentials roadblock. Okay, what exactly, how you can try to do a roadblock, what are you, where, which is your strong expertise. So there is a founder for job for her. Okay, there's a lady. Okay, where I loved reading her articles. Her name is Neha. She wrote an article. It was a lovely article. I have just picked a tagline from her article. There is always a demand for skilled workforce. Several industries are continuing their hiring efforts. Okay, many companies are still hiring because many people are leaving the job due to job pressure or for XYZ reasons. Okay, so this is more into IT, pharmaceutical, banking, and finance, and FMs are among them. So this is something what I feel that, okay, if there is a requirement in IT, pharmaceuticals, banking, they always prefer to hire their existing employees, okay, where they can cross-skill themselves and get promotion. Upgrade and upskill to find a better job opportunities. Okay, this is something which is more and more interesting. Okay, so how you have to upgrade yourself, upgrade consent, you have to upgrade yourself to stay ahead in your career. If you will not upgrade yourself, if you will get stick to the same job role, whatever you're doing, it will be very difficult for you down the line. So I request people always plan how you can get ahead in your career, what exactly you have to do in your career according to your skill set. You have to upgrade into a different technology. If you're quality analyst, I prefer people to take a Lean Six Sigma course where you can try to learn about quality management. You can understand the DMAC process. If you're into IT service management, I request people to take courses like ITIL DevOps, which can definitely help them to gain a promotion. Most employers do prefer to upskilling their existing workforce rather than hiring a new employee. This is very true. I've gone through the same situation. Like as I said, I was working with IBM in the voice process, and I upskilled myself, and I moved to a different role where this is very important. Critical interpersonal skill needs to be acquired offline and away from your primary job. Okay, I will not suggest people why they are currently working with XYZ organization. I tell them, okay, complete your login hours, whatever it might be, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours. Don't try to do, just be dedicated to your office hours and try to justify your salary, right? And once you're done with your job where you have a free time for 2 hours, 1.5 hours, see how you can try to get acquired offline to take a different skills. What I suggest people to read blogs and books for information, attend free seminars. There are plenty of seminars which is happening on LinkedIn. You can see on Facebook, you can see on Instagram, people are doing free seminars, that too from expert. And there are companies, you can see tech companies who are do a free seminars and webinars. In order to get leads, you can attend that webinars and you can see what are the skill set, how the market is changing. Okay, so you have to attend the seminars to learn from expertise, go to industries events, stay ahead of a development and networks with the people you aspire to learn from. Okay, put your newfound knowledge to test by way of internship in spare time, your experience, add a real skill set that employers love. So indeed, if you try to upskill yourself, there are definitely you can showcase your skill set in your existing organization and you can definitely get a promotion. 91% of companies and 81% of companies says upskilling, reskilling training has boosted productivity at work. 80% of employees says that upskilling and reskilling training has boosted their confidence. 62% of employees hope that reskilling and upskilling training would positively affect their job level or salary. 33% of hike, 35% of hike respectively says it has been a significant change in compensation in the growth within a company. So here I have a very important point. In order to reskill, okay, first you have to see your expertise. Okay, which is your background, what is your current job role. Okay, so according to that job role you have to pick a skill set. It's nothing like that, okay, you are into a marketing profile, I will not advise you to cross skill yourself into a tech space where you have to learn data science, Python, SAS, big data, cloud, it will be very difficult. According to your skill set, you have to pick up a training, what will be helpful for you. So I can definitely give you a good example. Okay, if you are starting with data science, you should have a basic knowledge of Java, SQL, C++. If you do not have that basic knowledge, don't try to upgrade yourself. Don't pay to any company to upskill yourself. There are companies like Simply Learn, companies like Edureka. There are many tech companies. The reason why I have been telling, because I see the ad of these companies on YouTube, on Facebook, where they are telling people upskill yourself. There will be a hike of 33% in your salary, which is wrong. I tell people, my feedback to that companies, do not give a wrong hope for the people if they do not have a skill set on a certain technology. Don't try to force them. Don't try to give them a false hope that, okay, take this course, you will get a salary hike. There are companies who are hiring for a data science. There are companies who are hiring for IT service management, which is wrong. If you don't have expertise, don't do it. But I have another point. If you don't have a expertise, what I suggest you, right, you have to go for a free sources. You have to go for a companies. I will just tell you, companies like Code Cloud, companies like Unacademy, companies like Plural Site, they are providing free courses. I request people, apart from paying money to companies who are just selling education in the name of money, don't get into that trap. Try to get into go to Google, try to search for a free resources where you can get a free training, ebooks, guides of ITL, data science, SAS, Python, big data, Microsoft Azure, AWS, many technologies. Go for a free resource. Don't get into a trap. Don't waste your money in this current situation. Okay, try to upgrade yourself for a free of cost. That will definitely help you out. Let's move into the next slide. Okay, this year emerging job reports is a window into a changing landscape for Indian economy. I believe people have to start living with COVID. Indeed, people have to start living with COVID. The market will definitely get stable. Like, people have started living with cancer, people have started living with AIDS. So something we have to start living with. COVID's market will be soon. The country is seeing a rise in digital transaction, and therefore the industries are ramping up the investment in blockchain. Blockchain, what I believe, blockchain is a future scale technology which is booming. This is a strong demand for a blockchain teach talent, and has put a blockchain developer as a top list. So blockchain is on a top list. And also there are technologies like artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, NLP. This technologies are booming. And I have picked this article from a very good person who is Ruchi Anand. I follow her on LinkedIn. She is the head of talent solution, talent solution and learning solution at LinkedIn, where I have picked up the article. And another article by the person who is Mohan Shekhar, who is a senior managing director of Accenture Advanced Technology Center in India. He wrote a beautiful article in 2020. We will stay on the path of building specialized talent to address the present and future customers' needs, scaling our talents and acquiring fresh talents in areas like cloud, digital security, artificial intelligence, blockchain, and emerging areas such as 5G and quantum computing. This is something more important to upskill yourself and upskilling for success. Just moving on to the next slide. Not hiring, how freshers struggle for finding a job. Indeed, I have got thousands of messages from my family, my friends, my colleagues. Okay, indeed, I have done many free webinars in colleges like Dayananda Sagar, and I have also done a webinar in Reva Institute, C College of Engineering. I did a webinar and I gave my contact number to many students who were freshers. I did a very close to 7, 8 seminars for these colleges for free of cost. And there they got in touch with me. People started complaining that we have completed our engineering, we have completed our graduation, but it's very difficult us to find a job. Okay. So 6 reasons why freshers are struggling for a job in India, not staying up to the date. I believe I can't try to blame freshers, but indeed this happens. Okay, freshers do complete their engineering. They don't know how the actual market is. If people wanted to go with IBM work with a different line of business. They are into customer service, they are into banking domain, They are into healthcare domain, they are into a retail domain. Few projects work on artificial intelligence, few projects work on data science. People are not sure. People wanted to try and interview. Somebody wanted to apply for a data science role, but they don't have expertise. And it has been it in Indian market. What I feel, students are have not been given a proper career guidance. That's what I feel. Okay, they will be studying something else. They have not gone through the real current industry scenarios, how things are working out in the market, how companies are working into cloud, how companies are working a different cloud platform like Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, how that technology is being changed. They have the same syllabus from 5 years, 6 years, where they have been not taught, okay, what exactly happening in the current situation. So what I believe, they are not up to the date. Okay, lack of references. Okay, they are not sure why they don't have, they have to get a proper references, they have to get a proper career guidance from the lecturers, and people who are coming for an internship, they have to give a proper reference, they have to give a proper data for the people. Okay, they have been picked for this role, this is the JD. They have to give a right to choose, okay, which job role they can fit. People are forced, people are being moved to a business development role, some people have been moved to customer centric role, some people have going to a marketing role. This is something which is lack of references and lack of career guidance. Unwilling to take risk, people are not willing to take risk. As I said, people will do their engineering, and indeed they wanted to do their engineering, they have to stick. Okay, they wanted to become a engineer into a software engineer, or they wanted to be a developer, front-end developer, back-end developer. They have to do a basic trainings and they have to get into these industries. And some people think that, okay, there is no market for so and so market, and people will give up. They are not ready to take risk. Poor industry training and internship, okay, they have been sent to an internship. They are forced, people, indeed, college students have been forced to do internship, and there are no proper guidance provided by colleges. Okay, that, okay, this is the company where you have to go for internship. If they have to go for internship, which domain internship they have to pick. Okay, the guidance has not been given. Failure of government authority to take a concentrate steps. Okay, government is not helping people. Okay, like if I give you a good example, I've been working with Singapore market very closely. Okay, if you are a Singapore citizen, there is something called CETRA funding. Okay, where the Singapore government fund people to upgrade themselves on different skill set as they like. And the last point, what I feel, lack of proper resume. Proper people do not prepare their resume. People, the freshers, just copy and paste the resume from Google. Okay, they don't even know what exactly they have to do. They fake out for their hobbies, their skill set. They just provide the first name, last name, their address, and they will try to copy paste what is more passionate about them. And even people I see, they copy the hobbies as well. And the qualification, they tell that we have scored so much of something, we have done an internship in XYZ company. And they have to know how to prepare a proper resume which can be attractive. I prefer resume is the first impression for the candidate, and always people keep telling, right, first impression is the last impression. So just moving on to the next slide, the expectations of freshers are sky high. People feel that, okay, when I was a fresher, I started my job with 5,000, okay, INR. Surprisingly, 5,000 started my job in 2010. Now, if you talk about freshers, they have a demand. They tell that, okay, we just wanted to work with companies like IBM, Dell, Microsoft, Amazon. Okay, people do not want to work with a startup, and definitely they look for a big package. Okay, indeed, now freshers are demanding for a package of 7 lakhs per annum, 8 lakhs per annum. Okay, which is not where I feel that, yeah, if they have a proper skill set, they can demand a package. They have to sell themselves, and without having a skill set, you cannot try to sell yourself. Freshers lack with prerequisite experience and exposure when it comes to creating an impact in front of their resume. Okay, they have some different mind setup. They talk something else on resume. Okay, and while interviewing, they will be talking something, and they will definitely goof up the interview, and they will get failed in the interview. They will not be moved to a different role. Okay, so you have to give up. Many recruiters have swift through a several incomplete and inaccurate resume when they are hiring freshers. Okay, resume related to hurdles are most commonly cited issues by the recruiters. Okay, and this is something which is very interesting and which is very funny. You can just see, I just wanted to highlight this. And this is some good images where I got from my a very good friend. she told me about this. Okay, this image is very funny. You can just go through this image. Okay, they're telling I need a job. Who is telling this? This is a candidate who's asking for a job, but the HR is telling you don't have experience. Then again, the person is telling, but I need a job, but I need to work to get experience. Then work. Then again, he will tell, that's why I am here. Experience. How I am gonna get experience without a work? Again, he's telling work. From where to work? Indeed, this is more and more confusing for a freshers, where they have to tell, okay, they are freshers. If we are not giving an opportunity to freshers, how they will get experience? Indeed, we have to give more and more opportunity to experience, and I feel that there will be more experienced people will be a very good resource. That's what I feel. Okay, so just moving on to the next slide. Crashing job market. For India, the report estimated job loss of 4.1 million youth. Okay, within the construction, agriculture, there are many companies who got affected for the unemployment. Okay, tackling the COVID-19 youth employment crisis in Asia and the Pacific releases on Tuesday that young people's employment prospects in Asia and Asia the Pacific are severely changed due to the pandemic added. Okay, as per LinkedIn survey, more than 2 in 5 media professionals said that companies will fare worse in next 6 months. Yeah, indeed, the market will get crashed. We have to be prepared. If we are into the wrong industry, we have to see that, okay, how we can try to move to some other industry where the market is stable. Okay, role has become redundant in current organization. I can tell you I'm the live example where I was working with Knowledge Hut. Okay, it was a edtech company. I was onboarded as a manager strategic for getting preparing the content. Knowledge Hut was a company where they were into people and process training, where they used to train people on agile, scrum master, PMP, project management, prince 2. And when I was being moved to, I got an opportunity to work with Knowledge Hut. They came with a very good concept. Indeed, the CEO, Arun Rajmani, who was ex Pluralsight and ex Microsoft, he was the CEO of Microsoft. He came with a very good idea of a business, where he said he came up with a blended learning approach for all tech and non-tech courses. And I loved his strategy. The strategy he came with different levels of people and process, full stack developer, cloud, future skills. This was the technology he came up, and we decided to launch 200 and plus courses, where we started with a blended learning approach, where we can provide a blended learning experience to people, where we can provide online learning, classroom training, and also we prepared assessment assignments, projects, and a complete LMS. Indeed, it was a very good project. Due to this COVID, the investors backed out, and we did not get a funding. And people who were hired for a senior role, with me, it was 8 to 10 people who were told to resign because the company is not making the revenue. Indeed, I will not try to blame a company because the planning was not that great, and the company was not prepared for this pandemic, and due to this they asked me to resign within 2 days. I was on roll in I started my job in November, December. I was a consultant for Knowledge Hut, and I became a full-time employer of Knowledge Hut in 2020 Jan, and I was worried for 3 months. Within 3 months, 20 March, I got a mail from my a manager stating that your role has become redundant, so the company is not moving for the ideas what you have shared. So they will be currently focusing on the current ideas from where they can try to get revenue, and they asked me to resign, which is unfortunate. But indeed, I was not that disappointed. I felt that I'm very much talented. I can do much well. Okay, so some companies have also cut down the working hours pay cut, where some companies have done a pay cut of 30%, 25%, 50%, and the pay cut have gone up to 60%. As I told you, my friends are working with airlines. Okay, they are into aviation. The companies like Carlson, they are companies like Delta. There are companies, my 10 to 15 friends, 15 to 20 friends are working with Carlson. Okay, they indeed have a pay cut because the travel for corporates, there will not be any travel for corporates till December 2020. If there is no travel, this company will not be able to make a revenue. Some people will ask them to leave the job, and some people have told to work for a month and take a 1 month off. Some people have told that 3 months you will be offline, we will not pay you for 3 months. Once the market will get stable, we will rehire you. And they have got the same email. This is the emails which I have copy pasted from many people. I'm writing to confirm your employment with XYZ was terminated on 18/3 due to recent economic circumstances caused by the head of coronavirus unexpected outbreak. Given your length of service less than 1 month and considered the terms of company prohibition period, we will pay you the required notice period and due notice as per the contract. Okay, these are the emails what people have got. People got into depression, people got into anxiety because of this email, because they don't know what exactly they have to do. Okay, so here what I have decided how I can try to help people who have lost their job, people who are freshers. I can definitely help them getting a job. I can tell them that I cannot assure you, okay, I cannot assure you nor I can promise you about getting a job, but I can definitely tell you how you can crack your interview, how freshers can crack their interview, because I've been working with multiple HR managers, I'm working with some CXO level. I can definitely assist you getting a job, okay, with the dream job, what exactly you do. I can definitely help you how to upskill, how to cross skill on different technologies. Okay, people have been working in different profiles. I can definitely guide you what can be done. So this is something what I have gone through. If you have any questions, you can definitely ping me. So I will definitely share you my LinkedIn ID. Okay, this is my LinkedIn ID. Let me open my LinkedIn. Just give me a quick moment. So if you guys wanted to reach me out, you can definitely reach me out on LinkedIn. Here's my LinkedIn profile. Okay, if anybody is looking for a job change, if anybody wanted to upgrade, you can definitely get in touch with me. I will assist you for free of cost, and I will try to connect with people, with HR managers or with the CXO level where they're looking for opportunities. So if you have any questions, you can definitely reach me out on LinkedIn. You can definitely reach me out on WhatsApp or wherever is required. I will definitely share you my WhatsApp number as well. So here I go. Just give me a quick minute. Let me push back to the main screen. Okay. So I'm just opening the whiteboard. Okay. So if you need any help, you can definitely reach out. Here is my email ID, which is Mohammed Khasim 88@gmail.com. And here's my phone number. It's plus 919986798748. You can reach me on my number. I'm available on WhatsApp. You can also get in touch with me on my Instagram. And if you have any doubt, please feel free to reach me out. I can assist you 24/7. Logging out, and I'm signing off for the today. And very shortly, I will announce you my upcoming talk show with some of the experts, and I will keep you posted. Okay, bye.